Hello, hello. Day is Advent of. I'm going to do Advent of Code 2023, and there's some things that I have to go over. Day 11, if I remember correctly, I was able to solve part one. What day 11? And hot spring? Not hot spring is now. Cosmic expansion. So we sort of did that. Let me check actually if that works. That still works. Yeah. Let's see. Actually, pretty slow. So run it. All right. Is that the right one? Parse input. That's yeah. I forgot to change this. So cosmic expansion. Uh, this gonna print it out. Note. Oh, it's quite fast. 150 milliseconds. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 150 milliseconds. Oh, that's in debug mode. Wait. This mode. It's 6 milliseconds. Nice. But is that the answer though? Because I did some changes here that I reverted, but I don't know if that's actually. Let me check. 2023, 11. Answer is. Answer is correct. So I'll go over this. I'll go over part one also, if I can remember that. That was a couple days ago. I can't remember my code. I mean, I remember to an extent. Okay, so parse in. Um, let me actually. Sorry. Let me actually go over what this what this question is about, because maybe some of you don't remember or new here. When it cosmic. Okay, easier to show on the sample. Okay, so we have like this is the input. Each of the sharp, right? There's I'll call it sharp, okay, because of C sharp. I don't know if that's a sharp. No, I'll call it sharp, okay. So each of these sharps are a galaxy, and a dot is an empty space. Now, at the start, after I get the input, I have to actually expand the universe. Sounds cool. And what does that mean? If I have if I have a row or a column with no um, galaxies, so let's say this is a row with no galaxies. I'll have to expand it. So, that means I'm just adding another row, double, double the row. This is the expansion. Same with where's the column? There's a column. So I'm adding here another column between. After I did that, I want to find the shortest path um, from each galaxy to each galaxy. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I'm not counting the first one I'm starting. I'm counting the one I'm landing on. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here you can see Let me figure it. Here, if you can see, we have a row that I have to be duplicated. So I'm not gonna print this out. Like, but imagine there's another row of dots. So that'll be one, two. There's another one here. So three, four, five, and six. Um, by the way, the shortest path means only in like there's no how you said uh going in uh English go only in straight lines. Okay, so I have to go uh either down and up or left and right. So shortest path will always be now if we could walk in an angle. Wait, you know what? I'm gonna use Google Translate. I'm gonna I'm gonna say the correct word because English is not my first language, but trying my best. Funny part, my English is probably better than my first language, but I'm still. Where's English? Oh, here. Okay, so um, diagonal. That's the really hard word I was looking for. Um, so if we could walk in a diagonal, then the shortest path will be just. I mean, that's if we have a normal axis. Um, Here it will be different because we could. That's one, two. Imagine there's only one row here. Yeah, it's supposed to be two, but yeah. But and if it was like an actual grid with, um, you know, x, y, and like normal all numbers, rational numbers. That's the word, right? So the best path would be in a diagonal line, or if we make a triangle and a hypotenuse. Hypotenuse? The diagonal line of the triangle of a right angle triangle. Um, yeah. So that, but here it not really applies. We can go in again. Uh, let's think about it as just one, not duplicated. So the shortest path will we can calculate the shortest path by going one, two, three, four, five. So we go like in zigzags, but it still will be the same as one, two, three, four, five. It's the same. So when I calculate distance, I'm just going. I'm calculating the distance between their x value, right, and between their y value, and that'll be the distance. Um, that's the gist of it. Um, Now the problem with the catch with this one is part two. Actually, I don't remember if I finished part one on my first stream and the video on YouTube. Um, Sorry. Okay. So okay, just checking something. Okay, so first of all, the problems of the expansion. Now, the easy way to go about it. not easy per se, but the trivial way is actually search for empty column, let's say, and then insert here. Just use insert to insert your new column, basically. Or same with row, just insert a new row. That's it. I have to do it once, by the way. That means, like, first of all, if I duplicate this one, I don't have to duplicate what that was what was duplicated because that'll never end. Um, so in the first part, it'll work fine. Of just duplicating them and inserting inside my matrix. Problem is the second part, where in the second part you have now to basically it's the same, but you have to duplicate the row 1 million times. And here it's probably gonna work fast enough. There's not a lot of input, but imagine this. Each empty row or column gonna add 1 million other vectors, and it will be slow, I'd imagine. But I thought of a solution with, I'd say with some help, but it was mostly my idea. Again, I don't remember if I talked about in the last stream. Don't really remember what was last stream. But now I'm gonna go over the code. Cosmic expansion, C++. Okay, so we have parse input here. Wait, let's go HTTP because I have cosmic expansion. Okay, so I have a tile, something that represents a tile of row number, column number, and a boolean if this tile is a galaxy. I have something I call space, just I can write space instead of all of that. Thanks Steve for the suggestion, by the way. Parse input, again I'm receiving this, I'm gonna populate it. Expand, this just runs again, runs once and adds whatever I need. So for each column it duplicates it, or row it duplicates it, or if that's 1 million, so it will be 1 million. I do it 1 million times. So and this is called expansion speed. I think expansion amount will be better, but it is fine, I think. So if I plug in 2 of the um, first part, I'll plug it in 2 to see what my answer, and in the second part, I'm gonna plug in a 1 million. So the best part of it is whatever works for one, I'm just gonna change here one number and just do the second, so I don't have to change basically anything. I think, if I remember correctly, so I don't have to create something new for part 2. Now, I'll try to speak louder, by the way. I hope it's not too much. Can you hear me? I hope you can. Okay, and calculating sum is the main main function. Basically, all the just combines all those functions, and there's the logic behind the calculating the distance. Should probably call it distance. Now, okay, so parse input. It's taking, that's the standard. That's how I do it. I know there's better ways, but I'm creating an F stream, opening the text file I created, Opening, if this is open, then I'm creating current line and get line. There's nothing fancy here. I hope. If you have questions, ask in the comments. But uh, I'm creating a temporary vector that will be inserted into space. So that's the current line. So it will take that, put it in temporary vector, and then push that vector into into space. So for each character in current line, if boolean is galaxy equals to char equals sharp. So basically, this is a boolean, so it receives either true or false, and this is I mean, if this is true, it's true. If it is not a sharp, then it's false. So again, sharp is a galaxy, so that's how I. And here I'm pushing back a new object, struct, I think, right? Struct is also counted object. I don't know. So 1, that's before expansion. They're all ones. The distance between the rows and columns. I don't know if I explained this, but like when I expand columns, let's say, the rows still stay the same. Like the distance between, let's say I have two rows here, and distance is 1, and I have like a row here, a column. So I have two columns here, and distance 1, and I have a column here that gonna expand and distance in 2. So to get across this, it will take me longer, but to get across those, no matter where I am, it will still take me 1. So I need 2 variables. Um, so I can know when I'm moving in certain direction, I'm going to use those variables. This is the expand. Again, I'm taking the vector, the expansion speed. I'm going over the whole thing. I'm creating a boolean of are there no galaxies, and then I'm going over are they the columns or the rows? I think those are rows, right? Anyway, I'm going over the rows first, I think, right? And if space ij is a galaxy, then are no galaxies are false. Breaking after this for I change if there are no galaxies, then I go again over this whole row. Oh, sorry, it's column. And go over this column. I'm sorry, I'm still kind of matrices. Are hard for me. Like differentiate rows and columns and what I'm iterating over. So space, then again space set ij, column number. I am multiplying by the expansion speed. So, if you let me explain if some of you didn't understand. Instead of inserting a whole new column between to add more distance, I can just say, okay, this column is distance of 1, so when I'm passing through this column, I'm just gonna add 1 distance. But if I expanded this, there's 2 columns in this place, but I don't actually need to add another column, just saying the value I'm passing through now, the column I'm passing through now is distance 2. So I can pass through it I don't have to actually add another a lot more values, a million of them. I'm just adding a number, and then when I'm passing, I'm just adding that number to the distance I traveled. So I did this for columns. Now I need to do the same thing again for rows. So instead of I am going through the columns and then I'm going through the rows, and I'm checking each tile if it's a galaxy. If it is, then there are galaxies. I'm breaking and doing same here again just for my rows. Um, okay, now I'm sorry if you can hear the Discord. I'll actually bring it down for now. I just need to remember to put it back on when I'm done. So this is the expand, and now we've just have calculated the length sum. I'm creating a space again. That's a vector of vectors of galaxy of tile vector of tiles. I'm calling it space. Parse input expand. This is actually part 2. Let's go over part 1 first. So I have sum. Basically, what the question wants is to sum all the distances between all planets. So from if I have 3 planets, then from 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and 2 to 3. If I have 4, then 1 to 2, 1 to 3, 1 to 4, 2 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 4. I need to calculate all these distances. I have vector of galaxy locations. So now I'm gonna search for each galaxy and add the locations here. That's, in theory, I thought that was a good idea. It did give me here some trouble understanding what am I supposed to do. Um, yeah, like here I was so frustrated I gave up at actually thinking of naming correct. Like, can you guess what is in is? Like, what that means, what's supposed to do? I don't remember actually, but it solves a bug. um, and I'll go over another thing I tried, but it didn't work, and I didn't understand why it doesn't work. So I, for now at least, reverted back to my original plan. So, finding each galaxy location, giving it here of pair again. Maybe it probably should have been better not to store as pairs because it's more vague. Maybe as struct of point again. Don't be like me, but I already finished the questions. I hope I'll have enough energy and time and want to go over all my, when I'm finished with Advent of Code this year, go over my go over my solutions and try and make them better, because that's a good learning experience. The problem is I don't know if I'll have enough energy for that, but we'll see. So again, I'm searching here for each galaxy, so going all over the matrix. If this is a galaxy, then I'm pushing back the I and the J, so the location, basically. Now this is where I calculate the actual distances. Maybe I should create another function to calculate distances. Probably better, but I already did it here. So again, I'm going over each row, right? I is row, I is. Yeah, I are rows. So um, I'm going over each row here. Hey, sorry, I'm going over each row here. Oh, sorry. I'm going over galaxy locations. So basically what I'm doing is taking the first one and comparing to all the other ones. Then I'm going to So it's 0 and it will be comparing to 1 through 10, let's say. Then it's 1 and gonna compare 1 to 2 through 10 and so on until I reach 10. And I don't have to compare 10 with 10. So I have direction horizontal. I have direction vertical. They both start with 0, maybe because they can be on the same row, let's say, then I don't want to move in that direction. So I made them 0. Now, if my first galaxy is before, sorry, galaxy at I, that's, I'm comparing all the others to I right now, right? So if it is, first is X, I mean the vertical distance. So I'm just asking if it is lower. Why do I have else if here? No, else if, right? So if it is lower than the one I'm comparing to, again, first is the location of that galaxy in terms of I, or in terms of row. So if it's more, then direction is minus. So I'll go the other direction. And else if it is bigger, I'm gonna take it 1, make it 1, and after both of those, if none of those were uh, resolved, is that correct word, then it stays at 0, so it won't move in any direction actually on the same row or column. Same for column. Here is in. What does that mean? So, oh, okay, I'll go over first of all what that loop does, and then oh, and I'll go over my second idea, what I was trying to do. I was trying to just grab, let's say, the X of one galaxy and the X of the galaxy I want to compare to, subtract them with absolute value, and like that, subtract them with maximum value, with absolute value. So that's the distance between them, and multiply by going in the same direction one tile and checking what um, and, and checking what um, distance. So if it's now multiplied by 2, so I'm gonna add 2's instead of 1's in that distance, so I'm gonna multiply it by that. Same for columns, but for some reason that didn't work. I don't know why. If I get back to this, I'll try to understand why. Oh, sorry. Now, here what I'm doing is actually going. So I'm starting at the X of location I'm just comparing to, and basically while it is not, so the condition is while it is not equal to galaxy location I, so the one I'm going towards, X value, then I'm adding the direction vertical. So vertical, I think I messed up the names. It's supposed to be horizontal to get the point. So I'm just going that direction. So it'll be either 0 or 1 or -1. 1 0 fuck it up. Oh no. I don't know. It just want to get here because it's equal to it's actually equal to this, so it's no problem. So I don't need that zero. Uh, Here, if actually on the first run, I just want to skip the first run. I tried to add direction vertical to here, but it was problem for some reason. I don't know. So actually, first the first run of it I want to exclude because I don't want to count the first galaxy I just left. Right. Because that's written in the question. I'm not counting the galaxy I just was. I'm counting the steps I took from that galaxy, including the galaxy I arrived to, or all galaxies that I went through. I actually also have to count. So basically, on the first run, continue. I don't want to count anything. Here, I'm adding sum of space at k at galaxy locations j, so the one I'm comparing to, x shouldn't be second. Let me see. I think it should be second. Why did it work though with second? Oh, here. Here's first. Oh, I think it won't work, but let me check. Uh, 9734. Oh, that gives me the correct. Oh, there's a bug here that I missed. Again, that's first. First, second. First. L. And here is first, second. Why am I? Will it work? It still works. Um. Here. If I change it to I, will it work? Like that. Yeah. I mean, don't set the terminal, but it gives me correct answers. Here is also I, because I arrived at my destination. It should not change anything. It did not. Okay. So funny enough, I had some bugs here. Maybe bugs, but it didn't change my output for some reason. Whatever. So space at k. So I'm going now. Let's say I'm going left. So each tab I'm changing where what each time I'm changing what tile I'm on. And galaxy locations j second. So because I'm going in one direction, so I don't need to change this. I'm going now like horizontally, although it's technically vertically says here, but in j is horizontal. But that's fine. It just I'm not good with that stuff. And column number. So I'm taking the column number because again the distance can be now bigger than 1, can be 2 and stuff like that. So I have to add those numbers. Here, if it is in, then I'm adding again Uh, Finding again the value of Galaxy locations at first and at second, so the destination, because this actually stops before. I mean, it reaches and it stops, so it doesn't count the last step. Um, Now, if I don't go inside this loop, I don't want to add here anything. When do I do not want to get? When can I get can't get inside the loop? If is my vertical, if we're on the same plane, like vertical or horizontally, then I don't want to go inside that. Then I'm not going inside that loop. It will just reject me here right away. But I'm still adding something to here, and I don't want to. I didn't go in that direction, so yeah. I'm doing the same exact thing for the other direction. Some exact is in here. If it is actually separate, not one inside the other, I can call it K also, but whatever. So again, just changed here to second because now I'm going in the other direction. So I'm actually using the Y. And here is the row num. So that's all that changed. After I calculate the sum, I'm returning it and it works. Um, I can show you. So this is for the first one. It took me 3 millis. No, that was other, I think. That was the okay. Where is it? So that is for part one. I'll open Advent of Code to show you what the answer also is. Now I'm gonna change here to 1 million. Mention 1 million. And run it again. And this is the answer for part two. And it runs at 147 milliseconds. So not the fast algorithm. Probably be much faster if I actually just use the distances, subtracting it, but it didn't work for me. But it's less than 1 second at least. Okay. And let me show you Advent of Code real quick. So code. If you remember the answer, that's the answer, and that's the answer for part two. Okay. Now for the fun part. Day 12. Uh, Day 12. As you can see, I did 1 star. I was able to do 1 star here. Second one, I'll try here on stream, but I am not sure how to do it. Actually, I'll try part one also again. I'll explain in a second, but let's go over part one. I'm gonna read it out. Okay, so you finally reach the hot springs. You can see steam rising from secluded areas attached to the primary or ornate building. As you turn to enter, the researcher stops you. Wait, I thought you were looking for the hot springs, weren't you? You indicate that this definitely looks like hot springs to you. Oh, sorry, common mistake. This is actually the onsen. The hot springs are next door. You look in the direction the researcher is pointing and suddenly notice the massive metal helix says towering overhead. This way. It only takes you a few more steps to reach the main gate of the massive fenced off area containing the springs. You go through the gate into a small administrative building. Hello. What brings you to the hot springs today? Sorry, they're not very hot right now. We're having a lava shortage at the moment. You ask about the missing machine parts for the desert island. Oh, all of the gear island is currently offline. Nothing is being manufactured at the moment, not until we get more lava to heat our forges and our springs. The springs aren't very springy unless they're hot. Sure are. Say, could you go up and see why the lava stopped flowing? The springs are too cold for normal operation, but we should be able to find one springy enough to launch you up there. There's just one problem. Many of the springs have fallen into disrepair, so we're not actually sure which spring would even be safe to use. Worse yet, their condition records of which springs are damaged, your puzzle input, are also damaged, so you'll need to help them repair the damaged records. In the giant field just outside, the springs are arranged into rows. For each row, the condition records show every spring and whether it is operational or damaged. This is the part of the condition records that is itself damaged. For some springs, it is simply unknown whether the spring is operational or damaged. However, the engineer that produced the condition records also duplicated some of this information in a different format. After the list of springs for a given row, the size of each contagious contiguous group of damaged springs is listed in order of those groups appear in the row. This list always accounts for every damaged spring, and each number is the entire size of its contiguous group. That is, groups are always separated by at least one operational spring. Quad sharps would always be 4, never 2, 2. So it has to be separated by a operational one here to be 2 and 2. So it's always a 4. So condition records with no unknown spring condition might look like this. So 113 is 113. That's 113. That's also 113, and so on. However, the condition records are partially damaged. Some of the springs condition are actually unknown. For example, we have 3 question marks here and 3 sharps. And okay. Equipped with this information, it is your job to figure out how many different arrangements of operational and broken springs fit the given criteria in each row. In the first line, we have this. There is exactly one way to separate groups of 1, 1, and 3 broken springs in that order. Can appear in that row. The first three unknown springs must be broken, then operational, then broken, making the whole row sharp dot sharp dot triple sharp. Second line is more interesting. Could be a total of 4 different arrangements. The last question mark must always be broken to satisfy the final conditional group of 3 broken springs. And each question mark must hide exactly one of the 2 broken springs. Neither question mark could be both broken springs, or they would form a single contiguous group of 2. If that were true, the numbers afterwards would have been 2, 3 instead. Since each question mark can either be sharp dot or dot sharp, there are 4 possible arrangements of springs. Last lines actually consist with 10 different arrangements because the first number is 3, the second is second. The second question mark must both be dot. If either were sharp, the first number would have to be 4 or higher. However, there are many ground unknown springs have many different ways they could hold groups of 2 and 1 broken spring. So this is all the arrangements that can be here. Okay, so in this example, the number of possible arrangements for each row is 1 for this, 4 for this, 1 for this, 1 for this, 4 for this, and 10 for this. Adding all the possible arrangements count together produce a total of 21 arrangements. For each row, count all the different arrangements of operational and broken springs that meet the given criteria. What is the sum of those counts? Yay. So as you can see, I was able to solve it, but uh, I wasn't able to actually use this code to solve part two. So I'm again working on part one, changing part one so I can solve part two. Okay. Now let's get rid of this. Cosmic expansions, hot springs, hot springs. Okay, this is actually a mess here. Um, I'll leave it here, but I don't need this. All this structure is a fucking mess. But what I have here is what I had here is the original group. So the input, so question marks, dots, and sharps, and the vector of contiguous group size, so those numbers. Now, here I have check all possibility. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna just explain what I did because I already changed that. What I did is very inefficient, very, very inefficient and slow. Even for part one, it took like what, a second, maybe even more. I don't remember. It no, it took like 2 seconds for release mode. For debug mode, it took like 7 seconds. So what I did is took all the question marks in that input I got. So say I have 3 question marks. Now I converted those 3 question marks into every possible arrangements they could have. Now to actually do that, I had the help of binary numbers. And what that means, if I only have 2 characters. Now if I want every possibility with those 2 characters in a finite string, then it's just like counting binaries. So sharp would be as a 0 and dot is 1, for example. So I start with 0, so all the string is sharps. Then I add dot to the end. Then the next one is sharp dot. Then it's dot dot. Then it's sharp sharp dot. Then it's dot sharp dot. Then it's dot sharp dot dot sharp dot. Sorry, and it's sharp dot dot, and then it's dot dot dot, and like that. Literally counting binary numbers, but tweaked it a little bit so I don't have to actually count binary numbers. I'm just using this as an idea. I was still using sharps and dots. And after I have all my arrangements, I insert those question marks back into the string. Each arrangement I insert, and for each arrangement I test if if it answers the conditions or if it's actually or not. And then I'm adding to sum if it answers the condition, and I'm adding to the amount of operational arrangements. So that was part one. It worked. For part two, there's no way I was able to modify it somehow for it to work. Okay. Now my new idea is recursion. That's what I was told to. I was told that most people did recursion as far as I know for this one. And for part two, they use some technique called memorization that I'm not really familiar with, but I'll try. Um, I'm gonna search it up. No records, recursion. Recursion. I'm gonna switch back to the code. Okay. So we have in recursion here we have Fibonacci is actually I'll go back to show you memorization. What is memorization in recursion and what are these benefits? So already heard this example, but let's go through it again. I mean, again, for me it will be again, but also a refresher. So this is how we count Fibonacci numbers. If we have some number, if n is less or equal than 1, I'm returning 1, else I'm returning Fibonacci n minus 2 plus Fibonacci n minus 1. This is a classic way to calculate Fibonacci numbers. We're starting with 0 index. It takes 57 seconds to run fib40 on my computer, even though the code is quite trivial. This happens because fib's recursion repeats a lot of the same work again and again. For example, fib4 calls for fib2 and fib3, but fib3 repeatedly calls fib2 in the end of fib40, ends up calling fib2 that many times. Problem. Why do we need repeatedly call fib2 and others, which returns the same result every single time? Solution: for each n records and reuse for each n record and reuse the value of fib n. There's an store in Python memorization. Here's a simplified version. So we have a dictionary, find fib2 n. I don't understand the thing. Global. Okay, if n in return fib mem n. Okay. And then I'm doing the same thing here. And fib mem n equals to ret. What is ret? Oh, right. What is, how does it say ret? And equals ret, return ret. Where did he define ret? Well, fibmem, if n in fibmem, return fibmem, ret equals then, ret equals this, and then return. Maybe Python works that way, but it's out of scope. I don't know how it says ret. Whatever. So let's go to my code. I had a couple of ideas. Just a second. Okay. So my idea, it was suggested by my girlfriend that solve this is to. I mean, this doesn't work. I wasn't able to actually make it work, but the basic idea is if I go over the string. If I see a question mark, I'm swapping this question mark for a sharp and running this again, and I'm running this again, but now for the question mark, now for the change the question mark and possibility, and then I'm changing it to a dot and running this again for the dot variant. And now it's supposed to produce me all the possibilities. It didn't work for me, and I thought of another way. I'm not sure if it will work, but hey, I'm here to learn. If it will not work, it's fine. But um, you always can suggest me new stuff and all that. So I'm gonna refactor here a lot, I think. And I don't want to cause. You know what? I'll create another file of. Actually, no. I uploaded the old one there. Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'll. Should I delete this? I don't know. I can create another file for second version. I can call it v2. Sure, let's do this. Add a file, new item, hot springs v2. It's hpp add pragma ones. I have so many stuff. I have that from Razer. From Razer keyboard I bought a while back. It's already done for, but I still have this. It was outside the box, so I can see how it feels and stuff like that. Still keep it. Works as a button. A button. Changes colors. Ooh. Now I have another keyboard from Logitech. Okay, I went a bit of course here. I've been. I don't know. So I need and a string at least. Namespace. I can spell. Namespace. I already have like springs. Like hot springs. Okay, hot springs. Okay, so first of all, I need to define the structure. So I thought of. Sorry, I hope I didn't hurt your ears. I thought of structure. I thought of using trees here. Okay. Problem is I don't know how different it from my first approach, because it will produce the same amount of trees. Sort of, but let's try it and change it to my needs. Okay. So first of all, let's give it. No, sorry, I need a struct. How will I call the tree? Spring combinations. Okay, so first of all, I'll need my string combination. That's the data. I need spring combination. Spring combinations left and right. Okay, that's the gist of it. Now, how do I create a new? I did it in question 5. I don't remember how I did it in question 5. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Okay. Where was I? Mhm. And so I need to create a new node, which let me just do that. TPP tree. Okay, so I node have data left, right, and a new. I just copied it. I'm gonna. So let's change it to spring comps. No, just springs. No, that's a singular spring. Spring. That. Okay. That's better. And that's spring. New spring. I need a string. We can call it data. Malloc. Is that C? Who uses malloc in C++? Size of struct? No, I don't. It's fine. I can just spring. Oh, actually works. Can I just wait? Can I just do that? There's new. Oh, I need to actually do. Uh, wait. How exactly that'll work? Mhm. So let's call it spring, and I'm gonna call it that also here. So spring data equals data. Spring left equals now ptr, and spring right equals now ptr, and return spring. And this actually here spring. I didn't include here anything. Include hot springs v2. Okay, and here I can this. Other than complete class type spring is not allowed. Do you mean equals to null ptr? Oh, I don't need a struct here. Solve it, I hope. Spring is undefined. Why? Oh, hot spring. Okay. Why is the complete class? Let me see. Um, that now PTR not struct. This animal spring is undefined. What do you mean? Oh. New spring is not even. Oh my fucking god. This is here. Okay. This is outside. Now here I have to. Okay. Using initial memory spring. Initialized. Is this initialized? Nope. I guess I can allocate. If I allocate it will go away. That the string malloc size of string. Referencing null pointer string. The fuck? Struct? What's the problem here? Null pointer. You know what? Let's see how I did it in 5. That's probably better. How I did it in 5? What was 5? Refreshment? No. Seed location. See how I did that. New seed range. Okay, so I am creating a temp. Oh, so new spring. That solved it. Actually, maybe I'll have to use it again. So I'll keep it open. Let's put it here. Okay, so it's that. Yeah, it's a null pointer. Was uninitialized. Now I'll need to create all possibilities for this. So let's go, and it returns void, right? It returns void. Generate all combinations. Oops. It. I'll get. S- I'll get hot springs spring pointer to up hot spring, and I'll generate. I also need void parse input. Oops, parse input. Uh, and that'll be a vector, so include a vector here. So vector springs. Okay. I'll need this too. Generate all combinations should be below this for better. So first of all, that's hot springs, and that'll be also hot springs. Okay, and here I'm gonna include F stream and IO stream if I need to print something. So include IO stream. Okay, now parse input. Let's. Oh, I need. I need to actually also add the how we call it, the amount of broken or invalid springs. So where should I store it? Where should I store it? Where should I store it? Because I don't want to store it here because just more. It's not a lot of data, but wait, actually, I do need to think. Want to be really very efficient. I can store them in pairs, I guess. So let's actually make using nums was to stone vector int. Okay, so that so here I'm gonna change this to pairs to the pair. And font nums Okay, I just don't write all that here. Just copy this, paste this. Can it read this? Today at Hot Springs. Can actually move it here and it'll be fine. Okay, and this should be our reference. And this should be our reference also. Okay. Okay, so let's get. It doesn't matter, I just need to copy something here. This is fine. So this is Hot Springs file. Hot Springs file. This is also, and that. And I'll change it to sample. Oops. Nope. Shift. Okay. That was just that. Yeah. Still learning shortcuts and stuff, so I get confused. So if Hot Springs file is open, then let's. So I won't forget to close it. To the string current line while get line. Oops, get line. So Hot Springs file, current line, and the new line. My hair. Okay. In here, so now I have. Let's look at the how it looks. So many files here. I should this up. What was that? Hot Spring. So I have this into Spring struct and this into the vector. So until I see clear line. So for 22, yeah, that's actually so I equals 0. So for I is less while. So while current line at I not equals this, then how are they separated? Oh, okay. I'll create here spring okay, and spring data. Oh, sorry, wait, that's not how I do it. I need a string data plus equals current line at I. I don't need this then. Oh, I don't need this. X plus. I don't want an infinite loop. So, okay, and now I need another get line. right? Oh no, sorry. Another good line. What am I doing? I need to go over that line. So now I have num. So int current num. Sorry, that's a string. Current num for I is less than current line size. So I'm going till the end because those are the numbers that I mean I only have the numbers and that's it. And I plus plus if um if current line at I equals to comma it's a comma, right? I know English very well, very well. So if it is equal to a comma, then I'm going to, where is it? Springs. Wait, no, I need to push a pair. So let's create a pair here. Stud pair. Oh, let's go. Cont nums. Cont nums. Current nums. Current nums. Okay, so if it is equal to comma, then current nums dot pushback stoy current num. Okay, and oh, that's actually okay. Now current num clear. So it will reset, and at the end here, there's no comma, so I need to actually push back again the last number. So just copy this. Sorry, this here, and now. Can I do it like that? Let's see. Springs dot push back. Okay, so the first value is spring. So I have the data, and my function is new spring. So where's spring? Where am I? So new spring data. How did I? Oh, it's outside the while. Oops. Data and let me see data and current nums. Oh, seems to work. Nice. Okay. Now let's just actually use a print function here. So void print Springs. I'm just gonna check if the parse input works. Springs. I need how it's called. I just need a vector. This is spring. Hot spring. Also. Oh no, it's actually outside. Springs. Here. So for let's go size ti equals 0, I is less than springs size, not erase. What the fuck? Size I plus plus std c out springs at I dot first data and add this and here oops, for here I can just go int num in springs I dot second stood c out num all that out and end line. Okay, let's go and some main hot springs v2. Okay, so I need to actually create this vector. That's hot springs and not a reference. Oops. and oh, sorry if I'm not talking a lot. I'm just thinking on the fly. Okay, so I'm creating this. This is, if you still don't understand, I'm just testing if I'm parsing the input correctly. So I'll need hot springs parse input springs and what did I call it? Print springs. So it's print springs. Why is it print springs? Void, right? Yeah. Main. Oh, I get it. Why? Okay, let's create a header for this. Okay. Header. And oh, this is supposed to see these springs. Okay. And let's go on the sample input because I don't want to clog this shit. Oh, it's on sample. Okay, so let's run it. And there's an error. Okay, let's see where. Okay, so my current line data. Mm-hmm. Oh, oops. Out of French. Why is that? So my I is 8. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see what's the problem here. I forgot to add um else current num plus equals current line at I. I hope it will work now. Yes, it seems to work. Let me show you. This is what I got. And let's compare it to the sample. Do sample. Oh, sample. No, not a filter. A sample. Not spring sample. Okay. Um. Again, you can see it, but I'm comparing just right now. Wait, why isn't it printing the? It does not print the numbers. Why doesn't it print the numbers? Uh. What? Okay, let's see. Then springs size 0. So my it doesn't current number. Of course not. No, wait. Current nums. Oh, that's. I need to work on the namings, I think. That could have taken me like hours to fix. So current nums push back current num clear current num plus equals current line at I. Current nums push back current num and okay, it works. Okay, it's fine. So my parse input works. Now let's go for the hard part. Actually, don't need this anymore. Probably, I'll leave it. Why not? Doesn't matter. Okay, so generate all combinations. I have my data. Data. So, uh, let's size t I equals 0. Mm, let's go for 4. Size ti equals 0. I is less than spring size. Sorry, what the fuck? spring data dot size I plus plus. Okay, and if spring data I equals to question mark, then uh, then I'll create spring left equals new um, equals new spring. Let's create temp data. Probably there's a better way, but stud string left data equals data equals data. Sorry, equals to spring data. Now left data at I equals to sharp. And now the left one is given left data. Okay. After doing left, I'll go for generate all combinations on the left. On the left, it's on spring left. Okay. So the most left will be all sharps. Now for the right one, will it work? I hope so. To string right data equals to spring data right data at I equals to dot. Okay, and spring right equals to new spring and right data. So it's supposed to give me all the options. I don't know how will it actually do, but it's supposed to do that. So and well, at one point there won't be any question marks, so it should go outside the loop. So I don't actually need a condition to like. I always forgot the name. Like, I hope it works. Okay. Hope it works. Okay. Now generate all combinations is done. Parse input new spring and now is long calc all possibility, calc all combinations. Okay. Da. Oops, this is hot springs. So I create a vector like that. Get a vector like that. Parse input. So not springs, parse input, springs. Oh, it won't calculate, but okay, I want to see if it actually resolves or crashes. And then I'll see if I can calculate. So for now, let's run the generate on combinations on all of them. So for size ti equals 0, I is less than springs.size plus plus. Now let's generate all combinations for springs I dot first. Okay. Hopefully it won't. Okay, let's return 0. Oh no, it resolved. Okay. Main and then this. Yeah, okay. Hot springs. No, let's print out, see if I have a 0 here. So hot springs, alcohol combinations. Oops. And ran for 3 seconds, so not much better than my first approach. Let's see on release. 0.1 seconds. Okay. Now I have to check if this string is valid. Let's go here and wait, what the fuck am I doing? Press that. I don't need to go to the end of the line. Okay, let's now boolean check valid option. Let's go check valid combination, and I just need a string data. Okay, and I'm taking this. Oh, data, and I need a vector of ints of ints that will contain. Oh. Uh. How can I call it? Thinking. So vector. How did I call it? Contenums. US numbers. Is that the name he gave them? Or is it rows and const conditional consider positive input shall not the records that damage however the engineering conditional code duplicates somewhat information contiguous. Yes, numbers. So let's go here and hot springs. Now check. Okay, so if I see a sharp, then okay, I need an index to check on the wait, what if I go over the vector? I see a number, and for that number, I search if there is an equal amount of damaged springs. So for size ti equals you, I can go int num in contiguous numbers. Okay, so for that number, I'm gonna actually need to remember where I am. Size ti equals 0 for I is less than data dot size I plus plus. Okay. If so let's call it int amount of broken equals 0 if data at I equals this, then amount of broken plus plus. Now when I find dot, I want to go out of it, but only if I find like I'm thinking, let's see. So if it starts with a broken, then it will count 1, then else oh, I know. If data at 0, no, problem is I need to count only the first dot I see. So I see a dot, then I want to break out of this loop, right? Now if I okay, if I see sharp dot, so I'll count 2, and on the dot it will break from this loop. Okay, and then I'll check here, and for the next one But for the next one, it will be a dot. Okay, so it will be a dot and it'll break here and check again, but I didn't get to the next one. Okay, so I can check else if data at I minus 1 equals to this, then break. Expected, or else if. Okay, but I just need to check. So here for I, while, sorry, so while uh, while no, first here. So files. I just want to go over the dots at the start. So while data at I equals a dot, then I plus plus, right? Now if while I is less than data dot size and is equal to dot. So if I have oops, if I have row of only dots, can return true only if it at 0. So that's fine. Okay. The problem, it will get to size. Oh no, that's fine. So I think this is fine, right? Wait. And then break. It's. I hope it's fine. We'll see. If amount of broken not equals to num, return false. Okay. Last num. It should be fine. And with this, I'm gonna return true if it didn't get here. Okay, and then it goes to the next number and it keeps the same I. All right. Now here. Parse input. Generate all combinations. Now, here I need to check all the leaves. So, bool check leaves valid. So only leaves will have like the whole thing. Like no question marks. So that's where I'm gonna check. So I need this spring hot springs springs and here, so if spring left equals null ptr and spring right equals to null ptr, then return fuck. Oh, fine. I'll just grab this also. Wait. Is there a way around it? Because I don't want to pass the vector. It's not supposed to create a lot of problems, I hope. It's gonna be const. Const and okay. So turn check valid combination spring data and there's numbers. Okay. Else I'm gonna wait. I want to go over all the leaves. So I have a leaf, not returning. I'm supposed to add it to the thing. Right, so let's create here static uint 64t amount of valid equals to 0. Okay, so amount of valid plus equals this. So this returns 0 if it's not valid, and if it's 1 it returns true, and if it returns true is 1 basically. And I want to add 1. I found a valid option, so I'm gonna add 1. Do I need boolean here even? It can be void. It can be void, right? Yeah. Not a boolean, it's void. Where is it? Void. Oh, that's boolean. That's no. Wait, what? It's void. Check leaves valid. Okay. Void and void. What's the big idea? The question comes with error type. Const- uh, why? I am confusion. I am confusion. This returns void inside hot springs, right? And there's numbers. Why if I change it to let me restart. I know what's the problem is. What the problem is. What the fuck? Uh Still have problems with me? Wanna You wanna have a beef? Let me just compile this. See if there are no success. Yeah, that restart worked. Okay, that was interesting, I guess. So if amount of value check. I forgot what I wanted to do. So no. Else check leaves valid. I'll give a spring left. There's numbers and check leaves valid. I'll give spring right and continuous numbers. Okay. So this that generate all combinations and just pass in the checks leaf valid. Sure, checks leaves valid. Springs I and springs I dot first and springs at I dot second. Okay, and return amount of valid. Amount of valid. All right. Zero. Gave me a zero. Nice. Let's check that, I guess. What? Oh, what? What do you mean? It didn't even get here? What? Debug? Okay. What do I have? Okay, I have here. What crashes? Checklists valid. Valid. Okay, let's go here then. Debug. So here's number 3. Oh, hey. Oh, I sorry I didn't see you there. I was I was in too deep on my own. How you doing? I'm currently on day 12. I don't. I'm trying part one. I don't think part two is possible. I actually solved part one with a different method, but with that method, there is no way for part two. So I'm trying to change things up. Okay, so false. That's fine. Amount of volume. Oh, it okay. It crashes here. It's better. Subscript out of frame. So problem is here. Let's see. I equals 0 as long as it is a dot. Da, da, da. So if everything is a oh, wait, let me check the sample. Can everything be a dot in my sample? No, not everything is a dot in my sample. Um, well, at least I know where it crashes. So as long as it equals to dot, I'm gonna increase it. Does not equal to dot, then I'm going to go over each number, count the amount of broken springs, sorry, and as long as it less, the how how does that access on? I'm increasing I here or something like checking this, then not supposed to be okay. Let me see what. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go to check valid combination. Okay. Why do I have a question mark here? It's not supposed to. A leaf is not supposed to be with a question mark. And this is a problem. So if it is a question mark, oh god damn it. Okay, let's go here and check that. That'll be fun. So left data is this. Okay. This. Okay. And this. Okay. That I. Wait. Why is that a problem here? Why did the data changed for right? I didn't touch spring data and it changed. For right, it's still supposed to be question mark, question mark, question mark. But it inserted. Huh? Excuse me, C++? What? Why is right data like that? Oh, oh, I know. Okay, I guess that's fine. Yeah, yeah. So ring and won't find anything. This. Oh, I think I see the problem. Do I see the problem? Left data is this. Right data is doing it correctly? Not sure. Let's go fives. Oops. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, let's go from here to here. Ring. Left. Level to read memory. Oh my god. Something is wrong and I don't know how to debug it. Oh, this is fun. Uh, what is wrong though? Um, okay, so doing this. Let me actually check here. See out, bring data, and line. Now it will crash, but I'll have some sort of. Okay, this. Of this twice. What the fuck? What? Why do I have this twice? Um, where am I wrong? Where am I wrong? Okay, we have left data. Okay, so that'll be the first one. Then I'm creating the second one. So it'll be the first one should be 3. Oh, it should be 2 question marks and then 1, 2, 3. That's weird. New spring. So should make 3 of them. Right. Right. And yeah, it's three of them. Oh, and then string left. Yeah, general combinations will just exit here. Write data for this. Oh, I see. Think I see. So finds da da da. Mm-hmm. It finds a question mark. Now at the end, the question mark there's no question mark for the right one. So to find question mark here, then I should how do I fix it? Okay, I know the problem. I understood the problem, I think. But how to fix it? Now that's a question. It's a good question even. I have no fucking idea how to answer. Let me think. Uh so I have I want to for that question mark to split into like two trees, right? One for the sharp, one for the dot. Is that a sharpie? Oh fuck! I thought that was a. Oh, that's not a sharp. Okay, I thought that was a pen. um. Okay. So this, and then here already. So if I have to, yeah, I have to check the if. Do I have. And to check if I have no question marks here. So let's create function. So bool is no unknowns string data. So for charter in data, if did I make that? Already created that function, I think. So if r equals to this, then turn false, turn true. Okay, so if I find a question mark, I still have questions. So I need to check if there are question marks. So if there are no, is no unknowns on spring data, then that and that. Wait. This is so confusing. I'm actually close the bug. This is so confusing. If there are no unknowns, I don't want to generate the left leaf and the right leaf. Same goes with this. So do I have to put it here? I don't think so because I think I do. If same thing. If there are no unknowns, do this. And with this, I can't combine those two, right? I'm not stupid. Because it will generate then generate nations. I think I can, right? Okay. I guess I cannot. Wrong. Okay, so we have left data. This, left data, this, left data, this, right data, this. Let me actually just let me print them out. See if where the problem is still here. Okay, so 3 question marks. One of those, 2 of those. Why not 3 of those? Again, one of those. This, 3 question marks. This. What the fuck? So, right or left, right? So, this. Mm-hmm. Then, if there's no unknowns, generate the right side of this. So, let me run it again and check. Okay, so generates. You can see the terminal, but like, I'm just checking some boring stuff anyway. So generates here this, and then generates. Okay. Then get back to this. Generate this. Then it get back this, 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 this. Why there are no dots? Oh god damn it. Okay, so left data. This is okay. New spring. Generate. Left data. Good. Generate. Left data. New spring. Generate. Okay. Right data. New spring. Generate. Okay. I don't understand this. Okay, so um, let me see if I missed something. Okay, so now I need the code. I need the code. I'm filling the binary tree correctly. Plain binary tree. It's okay. How to populate? How to populate binary tree? Okay. So, oh, they have it in C++. Nice. Set level order, left array, set left. Okay. Node array I. Insert left child. Root left equals to insert level order. Array 2 times I plus 1 and n. No, that's not it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. So I don't know what's the problem here. So left of that tree. Okay, let's debug again. Debugging. Okay. So oh no, it's okay. So it is equal to this. Left spring left equals to new spring. Okay. Generate all combinations. So now I passed the new string. Okay. I. Uh-huh. And I'm creating a new spring and generate new. Okay. Okay. Now I have this, creating a new one, new spring. Generate all combinations. Uh, okay. Not supposed to see anything. Write data. Right. Now it's dot and new spring. Huh. Wait. I think I'm starting to understand the problem. So we'll search for a question mark. It will turn it into a dot. Maybe if I do separate it, fine. If this, this, nope. What if I, oh, what if I, and no, try this. What if I, or, oh my god, wait. Now find a question mark, I go left, 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 left. So then, another 4. Oh, that same shit. Okay. And then this and this with some this without this. Okay, so why the fuck does it still work the same? Uh, what? Why? Okay, let's go. And so I have another one, another one. Okay. Right. It's fine. Add a dot. Nice. Okay. Something is good now. I know what's wrong here. I mean, I kinda have a feeling what's wrong here, but I don't understand completely and I don't know how to fix it. Okay, think about it. I have strings. It is question mark. Then I'm doing like both ways. Like one is sharp, one is a dot. Then again, I'm searching for a question mark. One will be sharp, one will be a dot. But it doesn't work without that for some. I'm already hungry. I think I'm gonna end the stream soon. I want to understand what's wrong. What the fuck is wrong? Okay. Let's go back. That didn't fucking work at all, so why does it even matter? That also didn't work, so I can just plop it here. Okay, after I finish the generate all combinations for this left one, it will go here, and it's supposed to generate the right one. Okay, let's think. I have 3 question marks, so it will go sharp, 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 right? Then it will exit first one. Then it goes here. It's supposed to have 2 sharp and 1 question mark. Spring data. So, and yep, the same place is now a dot. So sharp, sharp, dot. Okay. Well, let's maybe if I put them here a bit better view, please. Again. That's fucking weird. Anyway, so I have sharp, sharp, dot. I'm doing this. I don't find any more question marks. So it resolves. It resolves. Now, goes to the previous one. Resolved here. Supposed to be sharp, 2 question marks. Sharp, 2 question marks. This is sharp, 2 question marks. Then sharp, dot question mark and goes here again. Okay, I don't see a problem here. Like really, what the fuck? Okay, this doesn't really help, but I guess I'll try to. So this is fine. Okay. I don't find anything. Now it's a dot. For now it works correctly. I don't find anything. Now it's okay, now it's a dot. That's fine. Again, sharp, sharp, sharp. What? Okay, let's first of all let's go here. Okay. And throw ships. What the fuck? It one question mark, so two sharps and a dot. Then it goes back with two question marks here. Two question marks here. So this is two question marks. There's a dot. I don't understand this. Okay. Write data. Why's a question mark in the... Why is there a question mark in the fucking middle? That's not how it works. If it is a question mark, if I delete this, what will happen? String subscript out of frame. So if non spring data, then return. Why? Why is it out of French? Right, I'm too tired for this. I'll end for now. I'm sorry, but I don't know how to solve it now. Alright. Thanks everyone for watching. It was fun. I'll try to understand what's going on around here. Maybe I'll go to 13 finally because I'm on this question for a long time. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.